Hello and welcome to today's Noob Tip of the Day, which is going to be about how to break the grid. So we just unlocked this tile over here, and we're going to go and do some work in here. We're going to do some terraining, just to kind of get it going, see what it looks like, and see how we're going to build it. And that's going to be the start. I recommend just going in here. Go into the info views, so it's triangle, or circle, or triangle, whatever one it is. It's one of those buttons. Go down here where you have the terrain height and just look at it and see what it's doing. It gives you a nice clear picture of what the terrain looks like. I think, how's your city going to go? I personally know that this is going to be like a twin kind of like peaks area. So you see how we have height here. This is going to, so I'm going to flatten this. I'm going to raise it, but also flatten it so I can build on it. So when you're trying to break the grid, don't make it flat. That's probably the easiest thing to do. Look at the terrain, try and capture the spirit of the terrain, we'll say. Because it's hard to build like on this, right? You're going to get like some weird, tough, rough buildings on here. You know, you're going to be hard pressed to run roads and build on this here, this kind of stuff, but just preserve the idea of the terrain, right? Like I said, you can see it's like a mountain range in here. So just preserve that like shape, but then flatten that piece and raise it. And then that's going to encourage you to not build straight grid roads, because the land's not going to be straight and flat and all one level. So that's kind of the first step. And so that's kind of that's step one, we'll say, of breaking the grid, is using the terrain. And when you do your terraining to make buildable land on non-buildable land, keep the spirit of the land with you, we'll say. Keep some of the features there. Keep some of the mountains. Don't make your city all one level flat city. I mean, you can, and it makes it really easy to build. But then you will get stuck in grids, because this is just going to be really easy to do that. So you make it hard for yourself, we'll say, and use the terrain. Okay, and I think that's it. I think that gives you the idea. First off, so we'll make this quick and easy. You don't need to see me level and stuff, and maybe I'll bring it back here in just a second, kind of show you the end result, and then we'll put an end to this video. I'll see you in a minute. Welcome back. So I finished most of the terraining, and I kind of just wanted to show you what I did and kind of give you an idea of how we're going to break this grid here. So as you can see here, I created some flat places to do some building, but I kept the general spirit of the land. We had a mountain range that kind of went through here. We still kind of have that feel to it, but now it's flat here. We have some flat tiering here and here. Same thing here. We had like a nice kind of like mountain up here, so I flattened it out a little bit, but kind of kept the general shape of that area. I might do something in here. We'll see, or maybe we just leave this as forest. Did a flat piece down in here and also down in here. So we have some buildable land in here. And what this is going to do is going to force us to kind of break that grid. Because now, you know, instead of drawing a nice grid on a nice flat surface, we're going to be able to do so maybe smaller grids. But then the next step is probably going to be draw some roads on the outskirts of these lines. So we'll draw border roads that kind of follow like the contours here. So if you're having trouble, you know, breaking the gridlock, so to speak, I find, for me, the easiest way to kind of make things look more natural is actually just to follow the natural curvature of the land. So, for example, we go into the tool here, and it's a lot easier actually on PC, because you can, I think, from what I understand, you can actually lay roads in this map with this overlay on, so you can actually see the ground and do it. So I think that would make it super awesome if we could do that on console, but we can't. So what I usually do is I'll just kind of go here, bring this tool on, get the level tool out, kind of pick my level, and then I'll just kind of go small and just push it until I start getting some dirt. You know, see how it's changing to like the brown dirt color? And I just want to push it and push it until I can see that. So it's making like a brown ring. Kind of push it and push it. It's like that. And then I'll do the same thing on the top. Just kind of push it just a little bit until I kind of see this ring kind of catch up to that top of that. Same thing here. Kind of push it to get this. So that way you can see it on console. Where the road actually where actually the land changes. And then once we're doing this, we're gonna go ahead and let some roads. And once again, just gotta push it a little bit so you get the dirt kind of show up right at the edge there, and you'll have a visual indication. So once you kind of do that, now you can kind of see like where the elevation changes are, and it makes it a lot easier to run a road. Like say, well, let's take the dirt road, because that way, if you don't like it, just blow it up. That's what I always say. Now you can start with trying to do some straight roads, but it's going to be hard. You're going to be hard pressed to do some straight roads. I'll just say, go ahead and just use the freeform tool and put the circle right up, like close to the, the brown here that you see, and just let it rip and run a road. Try to follow it. Doesn't have to be perfect. And maybe we'll even run another road that goes. And now we have like this road here. So let's go ahead and follow this road. So maybe we'll come out, we'll leave like 2 units in between. Just gonna hit that right here. If you find that you're not making it, go back a node. See how it's like kind of a little off? Well, let's try it again. That's not too bad. Maybe go to like here. Then we'll connect them. Same thing like up here. So we know we're not going to zone down in here. Ooh, jeez. We're not going to zone down here. So what we'll do is just maybe start in this corner here. Kind of come a little slant here. Maybe a little one here. Kind of follow this along. And then we'll do something in here. And then of course we can start blowing stuff up to make this turn. It'll be fine. Maybe that's all we do in that area. Maybe we do something in here that follows this. Or maybe we follow the road a little bit. We'll come in here and kind of maybe we'll do like almost like a 2 cul-de-sacs or something like that. So we'll do something like this. Here, let's grab it here. Maybe go over 1. We can move the power lines. I'm not too worried about the power lines. If you want to do something a little bit more straighter to here, we could. Pick this guy here. We can have a straight road here. Maybe not. This guy won't let us. He's like, no, you can't, buddy. Nice try. We'll just freeform it in then. Wants to be a little bit of a pain. There you go. Then you can just do like a road that just simply maybe came from here. Kind of did like this. And we can blow up some of this power lines. We can just follow this right here. That's just a little bit straighter. Then it cuts right here. Go like that. We're saving, so we gotta wait for the save demon to kind of do its thing. Then we'll draw some roads in here. So maybe this comes straight in. And maybe we'll actually draw a road that's straight from here. Then we can blow this back a little bit. Maybe do something like this. Oh, this thing is not to the right road. There we go. Then maybe we won't connect to here because it's like right off the bridge. But maybe we'll pick another road that maybe doesn't quite have the same shape. Maybe it's a nice, easier curve. So let's do something like this. And once again, do we want to leave some space between the blocks? I say why not? 2. We can leave and just see how that looks. If we find that we leave a really bunch of big gaps, we can shorten it. We can just kind of like go like that. Then if you don't get like a real good turn here, you can always just do something like this. But we're doing 2. So that's probably right here. Just go straight from that, find that, and just plop it in like that. And once again, you could come into here straight if you want, or maybe this comes off of this road. Maybe you want that to be straight. So we do something like this. We got two. And we can do this. Maybe this road actually follows this pretty straight. Then we'll curve it in. And it's going to look pretty nice, actually. We'll blow this up. Maybe we'll have a road that goes right down here. It's like 2 units wide. It goes straight. We'll go ahead and just do this. Didn't make quite the connection I was looking for. It's not bad. It's not quite right. Let's see, I'm trying one more time. I think I'm going to have a little trouble because of this extra road here. Is that it? Nope. Back one. Ah, close enough for government work. You know, then you can say, okay, I don't like this piece. So we'll come off of this node. Hit that, go like that. And let's do a nice little round piece here. Then maybe we'll come in here. That'd be like a neighborhood. It'd be like 2 entrances into the neighborhood. And then there you go. It's nice and organic, right? And if you want to like run a couple roads in here, you could. I mean, I don't think you need to. If you want to bring in another road in here, you could just snap it right here. And just try it. Mix and match and see. You don't like it? Bring this bad boy out and just start blasting away. Here's an example of how to break the grid. So we got a little bit of a grid stuff in here. You know, there's a couple straightnesses here. But then we got some nice organic stuff that kind of follows the coast. Once again, if we don't like this little squiggle, we can push the land out a little bit and make it a little smoother and just make this curve, you know, nice and smooth. But maybe you keep the squiggle. Maybe you accentuate that by moving this in a little bit more, or cutting in a little bit here, or you put like some rocks in here or something. Make it look like there's a reason why the road had to move. You know, because maybe there's a big boulder here and you couldn't fit a house, so you had to like move the road in or something. I don't know. Make up a story in your mind. So I think that's it. I think that's good enough for now. It gives you some ideas. Like I said, when you go into a new area, just open up the overlay and look at the terrain height, and just look at the area and see what it looks like. And then try in your mind, you know, take a screenshot, you know, take a picture on your phone. Or just in your mind, kind of visualize, okay, this is like what it looks like now. Can I do some work with the terrain, but also preserve the essence of that terrain? And then once you kind of do that, which is kind of what we did here with flattening out a lot of stuff, but we kind of preserve somewhere where some of the major hills and mountain kind of chains were and that kind of stuff. Draw your, you know, come up with like a plan for your, you know, major arterial road, we'll say. Just draw it in. And then use the land like this, you know, like this, to kind of influence your, you know, basic roads, your regular roads. You know, draw a road that goes like this, and then start seeing how it's going to shape up. You know, draw a road that follows this coast, you know, or follows along the hill here. Maybe follows, cuts in based on this stuff. And then you'll see it'll start kind of coming together, and you'll end up with something like this, you know, like a neighborhood where, you know, at the time I drew this, it followed, it still does follow. Let's go in here. Look, you know, it still does follow the terrain, right? This is where like the hills are. So the hills are. You know, this mountain, there's some hills here, and so it was hilly here. This is where the tile ended. So that kind of influenced this whole, how this all developed. And if just try it and just keep trying, draw some stuff and then see how it looks. And if you don't like it, just blow it up. Use the dirt roads, it's cheap, and I think you'll do well. I think that's it for this video. I hope this was helpful in breaking the gridlock and give you some ideas. And I wish you the best in your building. And as always, happy building.